Okay. Now, hold on. Now, I know I said that I was gonna come back in 3 episodes, but things have been happening with this series. Things that I was expecting, but I didn't know how it was gonna go. But before I get ahead of myself, welcome to another King-Ohger review. I was getting ready to gather myself. Episodes, we're going to be covering not just 3, but episodes 4 through 7. Since we did 1 through 3 the last time, we're going to do 4 through 7 this time because of the cliffhanger that happened on episode 6. Because of the cliffhanger that happened on episode 6, we're going to be covering it that way. So, I hope you guys go, follow along with what I'm trying to talk about. So, let's get on to episode 4. Let's talk about episode 4 real quick. Now, the one thing that I failed to mention in the last review is giving more into the detail about the different kingdoms. These 5 significant different kingdoms are very different, vastly different. Like I said, for the main kingdom, the main Shugadam, I would want to say is more of like like the main trade kingdom where they get all the perks from the other kingdoms so that they can thrive, since they were the first kingdom. Blue Ranger's kingdom, Yama's kingdom is more of technology. Himeno's kingdom is more of like floral, beauty and medical. So that they get the medicine, they get the medical side for that. But episode 4, this episode in particular, we dive into Kaguragi's kingdom, which has a lot to do with the food distribution. And the thing that's very particularly interesting about this kingdom is that there is technology, but they don't use it as far as gathering their food. They do it by hand. They gather the food by hand, and it's the people that do it. It's the people that produce the fruits and vegetables, and without that land, I seriously doubt that Chiku, the world of Chiku, would even survive at that point. So, episode 4 pretty much takes place when the Kabuto Shoe God appears out of nowhere, and Yama thinks that Racules is piloting it, when really, unbeknownst to him, it's really Kaguragi doing it. And he attacks all 3 of Gira, Yama, and Himeno after they just beat one of the Bugnarak's monsters. So they get knocked out of the Zord. Kaguragi just magically appears in front of Gira after he gets knocked out and down onto the ground. Himeno and Yama are trying to find him together and find out what's going on, pretty much. Kaguragi is putting on this front that he's for Gira, he cares about Gira, and that he actually did do it. He showed Gira hospitality, welcomed him into his kingdom. Gira was very appreciative. He treated his citizens, Kaguragi's citizens, with kindness, generosity. He ate their food. even when they I forget what their names are. The main monster bosses. I forget. I'm gonna keep forgetting the name until it, you know, it really gets in my membrane like that. Because I want to really remember all of the names so that I don't have to, you know, look up everything all the time when I'm doing mid-recording. But y'all know what I'm talking about. They show up, threaten Kaguragi that if they don't hand over the Kabuto Shoe God Stone that controls Kabuto, basically them little gems that control the Shoe Gods, that have control over the Shoe Gods, then they will lay waste upon his entire kingdom. And they did so when a monster over in the mountains starts blasting beams on Kaguragi's crops, on the crop fields, which pisses him off. But so he makes makes a deal that he's going to give them the stone, the gem tomorrow, as of tomorrow. While that was going on, we chime over to Shugadam, where Hercules is basically on call with Kaguragi, asking him what's taking him so long just to bring Gira here, because he wanted him executed. Kaguragi had assured him that he was going to do as he promised, and everything. It pisses Gira's two childhood friends off, and Kaguragi welcomes Gira, Himeno, and Yama to talk about what to do for tomorrow. They chowing down. They ain't trying to hear nothing about what's going on tomorrow. They do not care. And the thing that was so funny about this is, like, you see Kaguragi, he's just trying to figure out, my kingdom is in peril. Can y'all just pay attention real quick? I was speaking. Then he takes the whole bowl that they was eating out of and flips it. His servants catch it though. But yeah, he literally lets them know that if they destroyed my kingdom, y'all ain't getting no food. Which Double Down confirms, yeah, without Kaguragi's kingdom, nobody is getting food in Shikuji. I mean, not Shikuji, Chikyu. No one is getting any food. Nobody. So they fully decide, okay, well, since we can't chow down, but in that sense, let's go ahead and plan for tomorrow. And the thing that I like about this next scene is Kaguragi's transformation. I love that so much. It's like it's pretty much like what one of the commenters has said in my previous review. It's literally old-time Japan. It's literally, and to a T, Kaguragi represents it, because the way he transforms, it's definitely given that vibe. It's given that vibe. The way this man transforms, I love it, and I still love it. So I still want to study. That's another thing. Would you believe that stuff costs like $1,000? Oh my god, them wardrobes cost money. I looked that up on Twitter. I was like, oh Jesus. But aside from all that, it's revealed in the mid-fight as they're fighting the Bugnaraks that Kaguragi literally has betrayed them, that he's working for Hercules, that he is doing this because he doesn't want his kingdom and the people of his kingdom to be threatened or hurt, that he cares more about his citizens than anything else, which is a good thing. But Gira said it's foolhardy because you're basically giving in to a dictator and his demands, and that's not how a king should act, especially a strong king. And Kaguragi is strong, and there's nothing to be feared about Hercules. Literally nothing, at least for right now. But seemingly it looked like Kaguragi's eyes were open to what Gira was talking about. Gira snapped the Kabuto Shoe God out of the little trance, like his purple eye went to green, and it had combined with the rest of the Shoe Gods to form. Hold on, one second. To form this, and yes, I have. Yes, I have the toys. I literally have the toys. For those of you who probably don't follow me on Twitter or Instagram, I've been posting a lot about my little side project collection, if you will. Collecting not only the Shoe Gods, but also the action figures that you see right here, and the Morpher. And I'm going to be collecting more of it soon. The time comes. So I'm literally been waiting on like the pre-orders to go through and everything. But yeah, I haven't fallen that whole time since I touched you. Please don't fall. But yeah. So they defeat the giant Bugnarak. Himeno was getting ready to condemn Kaguragi after that, but Gear was like, no, that's not going to give us anything. Plus, Gear wanted Kaguragi to be a part of his team. Eventually, I have a feeling that eventually all of them will. It's just that they have their stubbornness with them for right now. But as soon as Gira opens his hand to welcome Kaguragi, Kaguragi tricks him yet again and introduces Rita. Out of nowhere, she comes in with her shoe god, Papillon, and she comes out badass as hell. I mean, and it made me so excited for the next episode, which is going to be episode 5. On to episode 5. So, episode 5. We start out with Gira being hung by a chain, dangling by a chain, while Papillon is flying to Rita's kingdom. I literally have to. I'm gonna have to look up these kingdoms yet again because I literally had them labeled so that I would. You know what? I'm gonna put it in the video. Hopefully, the names of the kingdom, like the pictures and everything, so that way I can't forget it when I rewatch it. But anyway, we're heading to Rita's kingdom, and like I said before in a few minutes ago, each kingdom, I love how each kingdom has their own niche, their own thing that, you know, contribution to Chiku, the world of Chiku, and the main kingdom, Shugadam. This kingdom in particular is encaptured by snow and ice, but it mainly is a prison. And Rita is literally the judge and executioner there. And the thing that is even more crazy is that the citizens who live there are all prisoners. They're all inmates, people who've served time, who served their time there, and they all hate Rita. Now the thing about Rita is that she, like I'm doing right now, she is very stern with her convictions and how she views things, but she's also introverted and tends to have this very demeanor where she has this imaginary friend plush thing, Snowfum, I want to say, and it's a little well, some of them are little plushes she carries around, but the main one is a big snowman plush, and I want it. I want it so much because she locks herself in this room and she talks to it, and she's even giving the plush dialogue, and she's going back and forth with what she has to do for the day and who she has to convict and everything. But she's literally having a conversation of like, okay, so I know Gira is guilty, I know she's all and everything, but she gives the impression for Snowfum to say, well, maybe he's not, maybe you should do things by the book, Rita. And then like, oh, you're right, I have to do this the right way. And also her I want to say her secretary, because that's what she acts like. She's more of like the person to make sure, you know, that Rita's up to date with things and everything. Basically her right hand man. But this whole thing starts with like the Bugnarak are trying to, I think they're trying to get Gira at this point. And she takes his Excalibur away from him, has him snowballed, literally puts him in a snowman in a giant snowball, and has him to be imprisoned, and says that he is not worthy of the Excalibur at all because he's not royal. Only ones who are of royal descent they're supposed to work this. So at first, that's what she seems. That's what she says. But as time goes on, she's doing investigating behind the scenes, and she's basically interviewing and questioning each of the other monarchs. And the thing that's very interesting for what Yama told her is that like he was able to bypass through the security wall that I had for the Excaliburs. Anyone who was able to do that is worthy of royalty. And the thing that's so crazy is that she does these screams, and it's just so random, but it's funny as shit because it's so off guard, and it catches Yama off guard as well as his other subjects. But yeah, then after that she goes to Himeno's kingdom and questions her, and Himeno's not taking that no shit. And I hope we get more of that, you know, back and forth thing between her, between the girls, because I think that's very nice to have. And then she goes to Kaguragi's kingdom, and Kaguragi, he's trying to, you know, say that, you know, he's only heard rumors about who he is. He doesn't really know what Gira intentions is, even though he clearly knows. Rita knows it's bogus. It's like, enough. And the other thing that's so telling about this is when the secretary goes to Gira while he's in prison, and she says that like all the people who live here are prisoners here. So if you're gonna hate someone, hate Rita, okay? But Gira's like, I can't do that, because I can understand why, you know, she would convict me and many others like me for the things that we've done, but it is frustrating. And I thought that was very telling of Gira's character. It's just that he's not going to judge harshly of her, even though she judged harshly of him, because he knows he's innocent. And he knows that he shouldn't be wanted for execution. That he shouldn't be executed. But he did it because he wanted to face Hercules for the bullshit that he said out of his mouth. So the trial goes on, right? Trial goes on. All of the monarchs show up, including Hercules. And his smug ass lackeys come with him. Rita automatically goes to the verdict, and Gira is panicking because like he didn't even get a say to hear him out, and his plea. She says that he's innocent, and Hercules has the most interesting look on his face when he tries to understand, when he asks, why is he not guilty? And Rita goes, he's not guilty. And then Rita says that he was in his full right to do what he did, and he's able to control the shoe gods. He's able to use the Excalibur. And Heracles was trying to say no. No, that's not so. That's just a fluke. Yama said, nah. We did some digging and we found out the real truth behind all of it. Well, so what happened was Himeno and Rita's secretary did a blood sample. Her secretary pulled a little hair out of Gira's head to get a sample of his, and then what Rita did was slap the shit out of Heracles when she went to go question him and his smug ass. And lo and behold, the DNAs match. Gira is Heracles' little brother. And the reason why we saw Rita looking at the books in the library when she was over in Shugata, because she was trying to figure out where did this rainbow jelly come from? Rainbow juju something other. Because only Gira knows about it. And the only memory that Gira has is him eating it one time with a particular person that was beside him in Shugata. And it turns out in this flashback, it was Heracles. And Heracles apparently made it for him. And you know what's crazy is that Heracles was trying to deny it, that he wasn't his brother. Trying to deny that they weren't related. And then tried to threaten Rita on destroying her kingdom. And Rita said, I don't care what you have to say. If I say he is innocent, then he is innocent. What you say is not going to move me and my decision. More so, you should be ashamed of yourself, Heracles, for trying to cover this up. Because why would you cover up the fact that you had a little brother and making him believe that he was a commoner, he was an orphan, and had no memory of his past other than him eating this particular gelatin? Because that's what it was gelatin. And the only record of it was when Heracles made it for Gira, when they were children. Interesting. So the episode ends with them coming together for this fight, because the Bugnaraks launched a big monster down there. You know, we had to have a big monster fight with these Super Sentai episodes. So they morph, and obviously they don't agree with each other. They can't work together. They don't really work together at first right now because they're not really in sync. But they do end up killing the monster, and they wind up going their separate ways. Gira is now headed to Shugata to confront his older brother. And now, I'm going to pair episode 6 and the newly issued episode 7 together. Well, actually, yeah, because these continuations, and the third one honestly is a continuation to like the final. So I'm probably just gonna, pair that up once the episode comes out. But to talk about episode 6 and episode 7, okay? Giriko goes back to Shugata, and Heracles, for some reason, well, he's trying to save face so that he doesn't get, the hate on why would you leave your brother in poverty, knowing that he's royalty, knowing that he's a monarch. He tries to welcome him back and all that. Gira's not trying to hear it. Gira pulls out his sword and is getting ready to clash. And Rita and Kaguragi block it. For some reason, these two are doing everything they possibly can to try and have him be more of a smug asshole. Even though, in the same scene, while they now have Gira in cuffs, Hercules just basically said that they have no other alternative but to join him and bend to his knee, because they're the first kingdom and he is the king. And I will control, and he basically just laid out on the line that he will control the whole thing. That they have no say in the matter. Threatening that if they don't, he will cut off all ties of his kingdom to the other kingdom. As if they even need it. But while this is happening, the Bugnarak are launching these giant eggs and saying that they can go off at any time. They can even agitate it, which one of them do. They do agitate one of them to explode. Gira, realizing all this and realizing that they're just sitting around doing nothing, calls in Kuwagata. Kuwagata bursts in there, grabs Gira, and it's honestly to be believed that Gira can actually listen, can actually understand what the Shoe Gods are saying. Even though Yama keeps saying that they're just machines, they're sentient. And Gira has somewhat of an understanding with them. Also, Hercules was trying to say that the reason why he just left his brother all alone, because apparently when he was young he got kidnapped by the Bugnarak, and then when he just magically reappeared again, he didn't want to go get his brother, because in his words, he was saying that if he did that, people would speculate as to how royalty were vulnerable in the eyes of the enemy, and he didn't want people to think that it was a bullshit ass excuse as to why he didn't go get his brother after he appeared again, if that was the case. And that still doesn't explain why Gira doesn't remember anything other than that gelatin, the rainbow Juria. Still don't know how to pronounce that. But after that happens, Gira immediately goes into action. He finds what's his name? That one of the head Bugnaraks, I forget his name. One of the head Bugnaraks. Hold on, cause I just saw it. I literally just saw it, and I was gonna say it. It's on the tip of my tongue. It's literally on the tip of my freaking tongue. Kamajim. There we go. Kamajim. Kamajim and Desnarak. Kamajim and Desnarak have this plot where they're trying to egg on Gira so that they could grab him, because they believe that Gira has control over the Shoe Gods. So Kamajim tries to antagonize Gira because he has the Scorpion gem, for the Shoe God Scorpion gem. Okay? And crazy shit happens. He's going back and forth with this. It's a whole bunch of stuff going on. The Bugnarak are coming in. The others are trying to fight them off and everything. While all this is happening, there's this struggle on trying to get this gem. And then, for some reason, I swear to God, Kaguragi gets it and then hands it over to Hercules. Hercules puts on this performance that he's gonna save the kingdom and everything. And this one, I swear to God, This one civilian gets on my nerves. I don't want to know his name because he was so annoying. He's been annoying me for this episode and the next one. It's been annoying the living crap out of me because he's one of those civilians that loves to talk and make himself well known as the spectator, and he thinks he knows what's going on when really he doesn't. And so when Gira puts on the front that he's gonna be the evil king, he thinks that Gira has sided with the Bugnarak, and he's eating up every word Hercules and his lackeys are saying. But then, while that's happening as well, Gira gets the gem for the scorpion. He summons the scorpion, and at one point, Gira was controlling it. At one point, but and he had fended off the Bugnarak monster, but for some reason, and out of nowhere, Hercules puts on his performance that he's going to summon King-Ohger. Now, how the hell can he do that and he doesn't even have his own shoe god? Apparently he does. A different Kuwagata, a black Kuwagata, appears. Controls the other shoe gods, the other ranger shoe gods, creates King-Ohger, and the scorpion is pissed off at the fact that he just did that. So Scorpion lashes out and breaks them all apart, trying to make this thing going on where Gira is against the kingdom and everything. So now Gira's a fugitive because of it. And the Scorpion kicks Gira out of its cockpit, because right now the Scorpion he's rattled and he doesn't. It's believed later on in the next episode he doesn't really. That I don't think the shoe gods really trust humans that well. So he's just there just to be there. And that's where it leaves off. But then in the next episode, after Gira falls, his two childhood friends tell him that he has to hide because he's really a fugitive now. The other shoe gods need repairs, and they're poisoned because of the Scorpion's poison, shoe god Scorpion. While this is happening, even more stuff with Hercules, saying that Gira has sided with the Bugnarak, and that one main civilian just egging everybody on, that Gira's the traitor, and all this other stuff. Also, at the end of the other episode, it's revealed of Hercules' golden Excalibur. I still haven't found the toy release for the pre-order for that, but I know it's coming. It has to. You can't just make another sword and then not have motherfuckers want to buy it. Like, come on. Come on. But that's here or there. Continue on with episode 7. So while this is going on and the shoe gods are getting repaired, Rita and Kaguragi go up to the Shugadam Kingdom to Hercules' throne. And Kaguragi, I guess, makes this proposition of some sorts. Rita said she was just a spectator. So, while that's going on, Gira is still in hiding. This one of the I want to say the sheriff, one of his sheriffs goes try to find Gira. Can't find him. He went to the orphanage to try to find him. Couldn't find him then. Meanwhile, the Bugnarak and this ant are now preparing to launch an attack to kidnap the shoe god Kabuto beetle and just bringing it back to the Bugner Rack. So they go big size, go over to the Shoe Goddam, infiltrate it, while the other shoe gods are getting repaired. They almost were successful, almost. But then the Shoe God Scorpion reappears again and kicks the shit out of the Bugner Rat that tried to kidnap Kabuto. Then Gira shows up to try and figure out what's going on with the Scorpion. What's going on with the Scorpion? He gets kicked out of his transformation. Meanwhile, Yama and Himeno, they appear. Also, no. Hold on, because this needs to be talked about. I almost forgot this part. The conversation between Himeno and Yama was so interesting, because we realized the reason why Himeno wants this Shoe God Scorpion so bad. Because apparently when she was a kid, her parents got poisoned by this scorpion venom that a mysterious character in a black cloak injected in them and scurried off with this Shoe God locust. It's green Shoe God locust. And it was hundreds of them. It wasn't just one. It was hundreds of them. While the fury, it was around the time the fury of the gods, according to Yama. And Himeno's kingdom was under attack by him. This mysterious character killed Himeno's parents and dipped with the Shoe God locust. I'm saying this right now. That's the Green Ranger. That is our Green Ranger. The Green Ranger killed Himeno's parents, and his Shoe God is a green locust. I now know what that bug is in the center of the Scorpion, the Kabuto beetle, and the grasshopper. It's a locust. Hot damn. That being said, moving on. I swear this show is getting better and better, bro. So, once they found Gira, Yama is about to punch him. Gira dodges. Yama gives him an earful, because he's trying to tell him, if we're supposed to be a team, why are you trying to do this all by yourself? We're supposed to work together. And Gira basically interpreted that as that, oh, you want, so we can be friends? Yama is lost for words. Himeno's not trying to get dragged into it. It was a funny moment. But while this is going on, the Shoe Gods are finally fully repaired, so they can summon the real King-Ohger and go in to fight the Bugner Rack. While that's happening, Himeno has a heart-to-heart conversation with the Scorpion, the Shoe God Scorpion. She basically understands why the Scorpion reacted the way it did, because it was threatened by the fact that impersonator, Shoe God, was in control of the other Shoe Gods. Didn't like that. And also, the Scorpion Shoe God has a crush on the Kabuto Shoe God beetle. And Himeno realizes this. It's like, okay, I'll keep your secret if you help me. And she was like, he's like, sure, I'll do it. So, Scorpion finally latches on with King-Ohger. They're on the team side now. It's on the team side. So now we got the Kabuto and Scorpion together. After that happened, Himeno and Yama basically let Gira go. Still a fugitive, but they're not going to do nothing. However, At the end of this episode, Gira goes back to the orphanage. Rita's there with the guards. And they're putting the children on hostage to inform Gira that Hercules wants to fight. And not just any regular fight, a duel of combat to see who is going to be the true king. When I tell you I am ready for this shit, I am ready for this shit. If Kaguragi did what I think he did and set Hercules in the trap to reveal himself how he truly is, we got it made. We got it made. With that being said, that is the rest of my review. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This series is doing it for me. It's banger after banger after banger. It's jaw-dropping moment after jaw-dropping moment. Like that, things just keep happening, and it's getting me interested, and I like that a lot. And now that it's been revealed that the shoe god in the middle of that drawing is a locust, a green locust. Hell yeah. I'm about to get my Green Ranger. Yes. And now in the next episode, we're about to have a battle of red versus gray. And no, I want to point this out. Hercules is not the person that was not the person in cloak. He is going to be the rival ranger, the Gray Ranger, who is going to be fighting Red, Gira, his little brother. And hopefully in the next episode, it's going to be revealed why Hercules did what he did. And also, later on this month, we are going to be getting a special episode featuring Hercules behind the scenes of what he's been conjuring up. So I cannot wait to see that. That being said, this has been Master Ryo Sakurai. I will catch y'all next time. Y'all stay safe, and I'll see y'all again. I'm out. Peace. 気持ち悪い。